Good day to you. Welcome to Artist Spotlight on Life 97.5 FM. Trust you've been having a wonderful day so far. We chat with the gospel artists fulfilling their purpose using their voices to really glorify God. And I'm so honored today to welcome to Artist Spotlight none other than Ms. Felicia Welch. Hello.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. Have you ever been to Barbados? Have you ever been to the Caribbean?
No, not to Barbados. That's a goal, right? A future goal.
That's right. That's good. That's good. That's good. Well, it would be good to have you. Well, nice to have you on Artist Spotlight. At least virtually, we can connect. Thank God for this. Thank God for this.
Right. And yes, thank God.
Yes. Well, how are you doing? How are you doing, Felicia?
I am wonderful. I can't complain about anything. God is so good, so I'm good.
Amen. Amen to that. He really is. All right. Well, you were born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, and some of the best people come from Chicago, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, yes, that's fantastic. So tell us about yourself, Felicia. You were born and raised there. You embraced the gift of music as a young girl. But tell us about your lifestyle growing up. Who is Felicia?
A church girl. Been in church all my life. Um, of course, when you are being taken by your parents, especially that young, you really don't have a choice. Church is your life because they say so.
Right.
However, um, there's an old saying that if you stay around the fire long enough, you'll get burnt. So yeah, so the church got in me, and I got really really good and saved when I got about 17 or 18 years old, and it became a part of me that I wanted to minister to God's people through song, because it was something that he gave to me, and actually through my family, because as a child I sang with my family. Again, at that point I didn't really have a choice. I was made to do it, but again, it was something that was a part of developing the gift that God gave me. And so from that point on, when I turned about 18 years old, I began to venture out from my church and my family. And that's when I met with Percy and Gerald Gray, and they are part of Gray Boy Productions. And so I've been basically a part of whatever they've been a part of since I was 17 years old. So it's just kind of, flourished from that, singing with New Direction, Praise 2 Choir, Chapter Ministry Singers, and then eventually joining Chicago Mass Choir, which I've been a part of that for about 27 years now.
Wow.
Also, at one point, I also sang with a group called the Shirley Walls Singers, and it was a traditional ladies group, and they afforded me the opportunity to initially travel abroad. And so with them, I got that first experience of traveling to Europe, and quite a few countries in Europe, and singing, and that was awesome.
That's amazing. Wow. So at what point did you say, well, before we get to that, you of course you said you've been with Chicago Mass Choir for 27 years. That's phenomenal. How has life been for you? How has being with the choir helped you develop as an artist?
Um, Discipline, I would say. You know, it's really easy for people to try to be in charge of something, or to be in control of something, but I think that it really says something when you can be a faithful follower. And I don't like pat myself on the back, but with the groups and the choirs that I've been a part of, I have been faithful to them, and I think I've been a pretty integral part of the organizations down through the years. So I believe that at this time, God is just rewarding me for my faithfulness.
Amen. Amen. Wow. And so how was it? I mean, having won Grammy nominations, and Dove and Stellar Awards, how what's that feeling like? being a part of that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. It's really good. But to be perfectly honest with you, because in my beginning I was pretty much instilled with the mindset that singing was to God and to glorify God. And so the things that come, the awards or the nominations or whatever that come, that's just kind of like gravy, because
Yes.
I really get satisfaction when I hear people come up to me and say that your song really encouraged me, or I was in a place and I listened to that song and it lifted me. I remember many times being in Europe and singing, and how sometimes the people don't necessarily understand English so well, but what comes from the heart reaches the heart. And so it's been many times when people will come up and they're crying, trying to express how they really were touched, how God touched them through me, the vessel, and how God touched them. And so that part of it really is the part that really excites me, or satisfies me, I should say. So, but the awards and the nominations, they are great, because I do have my little blue Tiffany's box with my Grammy nomination medallion. And, I got that in a safe place, but
Right.
so that is cool too. But I really love ministry.
Amen. Amen to that. So what made you step out, as a solo artist? What happened there?
um so I guess I had tried to do it before, and not necessarily that it didn't work. I just don't believe that it was the right timing.
Mhm.
And so when the president of the Mac record, she started the record label during the pandemic, and she said that God gave to her that I would be her first artist some years ago. And so that surprised me when she told me that. And so I immediately sought the Lord concerning the decision to do so. And yeah, the it's like the first meeting that she and I had. Everything I asked God to reveal to me, it's like she kind of just like start pouring out, and all the
Wow.
information was like confirmation for me of
Amen.
what the things that I asked God. So it was kind of, after that, it was kind of a no-brainer. It was like, okay, let's ride with this.
Wonderful. So how has the transition been? I mean, being in groups all your life. Well, before, how is the transition now as a solo artist?
Well, because I've performed, for audiences large and small, I would say that being in the choirs and the groups, it prepared me for it. So it's the transition is not very hard. I would think that maybe more so this part of it, like doing the interviews and stuff like that, instead of being in the background. Now I have to be in front and I have to do the interview.
Sure.
But even with that though, the president of Chicago Mass Choir, Dr. Ferranda Williamson, she have oftentimes given me opportunities to sit in and do interviews along with her. So I would say that I got a little experience from that too. So
That's good.
yeah, the transition is not really that hard.
All right. So you've done Thank You. Oh my word. Tell us about that track. What's it about? What's the
So
story behind it?
So actually, excuse me, the story behind it is really simple. Is that we were in a pandemic during 2020, and we were all shut in the house, and we couldn't go and couldn't do. And I think when things started easing up just a little bit, um, when Angela started the record company, and so when I accepted, we talked about what the single would be. And writing music is not a gift that God has yet developed within me. So I can sing other people's music, and depending on what the song is, sometimes most times that song will take hold, and it will become a part of me. And so she asked, as being the writer, what did I want to sing? What kind of song did I want? And I told her that I wanted to say thank you, because God blessed me, my immediate family, my extended family throughout 2020,
Amen.
during COVID at its height. And even the end of 2019, we had just come back from Italy, not even knowing that this coronavirus was what it was until we got back to the States. And then all of a sudden, it's like it's in the news, and we didn't know that we were over there in the middle of it, So I said, and I had family members that had COVID. Some had it really bad, and God delivered them and brought them back. And so
Amen.
I said, I really simply want to tell God, thank you.
Amen.
And so with that, she took that and she penned the song, Thank You.
Amen to that. That is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful story. And that was released when?
It was released in May, I think. Yeah, May of this year.
May of this year. My God. Look at God. And how has it been since? How has the response been?
The response has been amazing. I kind of want to say shocking, but I don't want to really say shocking because, it's God can do anything. So, the response has been really great, especially with the radio people. The internet radio is really been good. So I am really grateful to God for, the exposure, and I'm excited to see what God is going to do.
Amen to that. Well, you said excited to see what God is going to do. Anything in the pipeline for Felicia Welch that you can share with us?
Right now, not really right now. We're just pretty much still trying to ride with the single and trying to get as much exposure as possible. Probably in Chicago, sometime in towards the end of the year, we'll probably do a concert or something like that. And hopefully with things opening up more, I'll be able to accept, engagements and go. But of course, we're still trying to be very careful because even as God gives us favor and blesses us to not have gotten COVID, I don't want to put myself in a place where, it's like, okay, so you really testing God now. You're just going to be out there.
Right.
So, we still want to be careful. So with as much as we can, we'll try to be, careful and take engagements as, we see fit.
Wonderful. My goodness. So Felicia, tell us how people can connect with you. How can they follow you?
My main connection is on Facebook. Facebook at Felicia Cummins Welch. And I'm also on Instagram at Flea Welch, and then Twitter as well. But mainly.
Could you repeat that Instagram handle, please?
Flea, FLEA Welch.
Okay.
Yeah, but mostly it's easiest to get in touch with me on Facebook.
All right. And where can people find the music?
The music is at all digital outlets, iTunes, Amazon Music, Spotify, those type of places. Yep.
All right. Wonderful. All right, Felicia, thank you so much for sharing with us. Felicia, all the way out there in Chicago. God bless you. And God bless you on your ministry, your voice, as you continue to break down walls for Jesus.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking time out to have me on your show.
Amen. God bless you. And that's it for Artist Spotlight today. Felicia Welch, God bless.
Thank you.